Stay for the fire and swim through the night of the flood. Ain't nothing weaker than a feeling. So hold up your ladder and sing for the ones that you lost. Ain't nothing stronger than the people we love.
Y'all, that is so cool. Did you get to see it? That was the mama and the baby. I don't know where the daddy is. He's somewhere around here, but that was so neat, wasn't it?
I enjoyed that. The people were at the picnic table, and then the donkeys were just going to go straight up to them.
They were just staring at him, because that's what they do.
Oh, they were cute. Hello, everybody. So we got to go to church in the desert.
Yeah, it's a really cute little desert church, and it has really friendly people.
And they're the friendliest church we have
Yeah.
probably ever been to. And we've been to some friendly churches, but everybody wants to greet you there. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's a really great community out here.
Hey, y'all. So Google's taking us the back way into the city. We're going to Sam's Club first. But we passed all these palm trees. It was like a palm tree farm.
Yep.
And then we kept seeing these signs for date farms, but we also saw like green crops and stuff. And Matthew was under the assumption that the little green crops were the dates.
Made sense to me.
And I'm like, what if the dates come off the palm trees? And he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, yeah, but every time we pass these lots of palm trees, like a palm tree farm, that's when you see the date sign. And I looked it up, a date plant, and there's such thing as a date palm tree. How many of y'all knew that?
I surely did not know that.
No, you learn something new every day. I did not know dates came from a palm tree. We saw signs that said like, what, if you're towing a trailer or 18-wheeler, you couldn't go across this. They had a detour.
This is a one-lane, one-way at a time bridge. I have never been on this. Look at this.
This is neat. Oh, it's really low.
Hey y'all, take a look at this. We're getting donkeys. This is a donkey family who has visited us before. I say visited us in the loose sense. They're not actually coming up to the RV. This is probably almost a football field away past a couple ravines, but I feel like they're coming to see us.
Alright, y'all. As y'all know, it's Matthew's birthday. But Matthew said it's just
That's a secret.
But Matthew said it's just like any other day, which means we have chores to do. We are taking the trash out. Yeah, that's right, y'all. For his birthday, he gets to go to the dumpster, and we get to fill the water jugs, which means he gets to put water in the RV.
What a birthday present.
And I am going to show y'all what Matthew's going to cook for his birthday supper. That's right, he's cooking his own birthday supper. So stay tuned so you can see what it is. All right, everybody, it's the moment we've been waiting for. Matthew to put on his apron. Okay, what's on the menu tonight? And potatoes this time, not
Grilled
onions.
Parmesan potatoes.
Ooh, those are gonna be good. We'll show you what the main entree is gonna be. Is it gonna be burgers? I don't know. All right, y'all.
Same time.
Are y'all surprised? Look what Matthew's gonna be making. Ham steak.
Yep. And it's a great value ham steak at that.
We're supposed to have yeast rolls, so I need to attempt to. Matthew's gonna turn the oven on. I'm not good at turning the oven on either, and I will attempt to make yeast rolls.
It sounds like you need to do some learning.
And I think we're gonna have butter beans.
All right. This is not a processed ham. This is an actual big old slice of ham.
Do y'all want to hear a funny story at my expense? What happened?
So I was outside doing the Blackstone thing, and Sean was in here helping me by manning the pots. We had a pot on the stove. It was for butter beans. You put a little bit of water in, boil it, add the butter beans, and then lima beans for those of you who have never heard of a butter bean. And so anyways, like anything on the stove does, it starts to foam up a little bit, you know. And she says, what do I do? What do I do? I said, turn the heat down.
I went over here, y'all, and
She went right to this knob.
And I said it's not working, so Matthew came in, and then what did you do?
I had to turn down the actual knob to the stovetop instead of the knob to the stove timer, which is all that she was playing with.
I mean, he was out there cooking and carrying on a conversation with our friends, the Shores.
Sean was in here very busy trying to helpfully burn down the RV.
I was freaking out. There were flames coming out of the oven, and I didn't want to bother him.
Not out of the oven, the stovetop.
Out of the stovetop. I wish I would have got it on film, y'all. It was just flaming.
Flame it up.
And he's like, turn it down. And I was just turning the timer on.
In fact, you turned the timer up because we weren't even using that timer.
So, I guess...
Invite Sean over to eat. Don't let her cook.
And the moral of the story is, y'all, figure out what all these controls do. Is because you need to prevent your RV from catching on fire when your husband wants to be a chatty Cathy outside and not come in and help.
Oh, heaven forbid I can't do everything.
All right, everybody, it's dark. What is it, like 6:30? So now he's gonna clean his favorite grill, the Blackstone, in the dark, and he's gonna be wearing a headlight. And we also have this headlamp in our Amazon store if y'all are looking for one. Because y'all, with daylight savings time, I mean, it gets dark like right after 5 and you still want to do stuff outside. You might need to go check your hookups or something, and it's really convenient to just put the light on your head, huh? All right, y'all, let's go see what Matthew's up to in the desert. Well, it looks like he's under the front cap.
Uh-huh.
So what are you doing?
As some of you may remember, at one point the front cap, the underside here, started separating from this cross beam. I don't know what to call it, this thing that goes across. So we use, instead of using the traditional RV sealant that a lot of people use, you can't save that stuff, but you can save silicone. And silicone works really well. So I put silicone in, and this has worked beautifully. Yes, it's dirty, we're in the desert. But now this is starting to show signs, the part I have not sealed, starting to show signs of separation. So I'm just going to go ahead and seal the rest of this darn thing. All right. I'm obviously not a professional, but it's clear when it dries you're not going to be able to see it, and it does the job, so we're finished.
All right, y'all, here's Matthew with his socks and sandals. He's putting some water in the tank.
Water in the tank and some juice in the batteries.
Yeah, see, it's gonna connect to that generator right there because it has been really hazy and cloudy today.
And this is just a realistic update for solar. In the spring and the summer and the early fall, we didn't need our generator but one time. That's it, once. Now that we're here and the sun doesn't stay up very long, and with all the dirt it gets hazy, and now we have clouds, forget it. Every couple of days we're using the generator. We need more panels and we need more batteries.
And Sean has Christmas lights. He keeps saying that's what's running it. I don't think so.
It's all about her Christmas lights. That's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I said you just have to deal with it a month. Can't you pull the generator out every 2 days for me to have my beautiful Christmas lights?
And I'd still rather boondock in the wintertime, but we just need more panels because there's not much sun in the wintertime. By 5:30 it's like dark.
Right, and so yes, the answer is yes, you can use solar. There's like a something making noise. Oh, there's a helicopter going over there now. Something done happened, they done call the helicopter in.
So I can't zoom in anymore, so bear with me. That's a helicopter if you can't tell. And why is this important? Well, you see all the flashing lights? There are at least 2 fire trucks, an ambulance, and all sorts of everything from little side-by-sides to Jeeps that had some kind of semi-official lighting or stickers on them. So now we're guessing, we thought there was a fire, we called the BLM office, and they said, oh, we don't know. So basically they don't know anything, they weren't helpful, and they said if it was a medical emergency they wouldn't tell us because it doesn't affect us. we're figuring that this is like a medical evac. That helicopter appears to be looking for something. I don't know what they're looking for. There they are. They're flying in a pattern. You know, the LTVA area is very easy terrain. But if you get far off the beaten path, it becomes very difficult terrain, very mountainous and hills and stuff. So, coming in for a landing. I can't see anything else now.
Alright, this is Matthew preparing to get our generator started. There it is. He has to lift that puppy up in the truck. But it's all good. It only weighs 10 pounds.
That weighs over 100 pounds.
Oh, did I forget a 0? Because y'all know, you see him struggling to lift that thing up in there. It's 10 pounds.
I don't struggle.
I'm joking.
She's telling stories on me now. Now listen, if I had more solar panels, hint, hint, need more solar panels, then I wouldn't need to have a 100-pound generator. We could downsize to a little 2,000-watt generator. That'd be perfect.
I mean, most people leave it on the ground, but ours works better up on the truck because of ventilation. It's kind of stopped on us a couple of times sitting on the ground.
All right, heat comes out of here, and it also comes out of here. And over here, it angles downward towards the ground. And for some reason, if this is on the ground and is pointing towards the ground, it overheats. But up here, it has a good, 3.5, 4 feet of space, so it's fine. I used to jump down the old-fashioned way, but it didn't make Sean feel very good about it, so I've altered my steps.
Yeah, y'all, because he wants me to tow us out of here. I'm still learning, so, you know. Plus, I don't think he wants to lose his driving privileges.
No.
The last place we were in, Plumosa Road, it was a big open space, so I had plenty of room to practice, so I got to hitch up, and I practiced backing into the side. I think he made me do it like 4 or 5 times, and then I got to pull out till right before we went on the road. So if we're in another nice boondocking spot, I'll practice again. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
So today we are gonna just forge our own trail.
Yeah, and if you remember the last time we did this, forged our own trail, we were in the salt flats and we ended up skiing down a mountain. We'll put that video in the description below if you totally missed that one.
And today we're taking our friends with us, so
hopefully we keep them safe. We'll see.
Yeah, y'all find out who it is in a few minutes. Alright, y'all, so we're starting our hike that we told you we're like forging our own trail.
Again.
And those are our guinea pigs.
We're following them. For good or bad, we're with them.
Yeah. So we hope we don't get lost, and we try to keep them safe. Alright, y'all, we're coming up to the peak.
The peak of nowhere, because we don't know where we are.
So what is this lake called right here?
Lake.
It's Senator Wash Reservoir, and they accumulate enough water, and then they open the valves and send it down to Yuma to water all the crops that are being grown down in Yuma.
Nice.
If y'all go hiking with us, it's inevitable that we're going to put you in perilous danger, so just a word to the wise.
This does not slide as easy as a salt flat.
Because the rocks are bigger. Do you want gloves or anything?
I don't have gloves.
Oh, I have a pair you could use. They might fall off. If anybody has an accident, this footage will be immediately erased. It actually seems to taper off a little bit here.
That's better.
Yeah, you're right, because we're right there in the middle of the orange. And this one is...
They're geeking out right now on their phone apps, everybody. Don't fall.
No promises.
We'll catch you.
From there, I might not be a physics professor, but I have questions about that. All right, y'all. Sean wanted to do this. I'm guessing we're going to find more hills on the other side of this. Put in the comments below if that's what you're going to see. Oh, yep, we can't even go very far. Wow, they have all kinds of little caves in there. I bet all sorts of rabbits and stuff live in there. When y'all are in the desert, I know I've said this before, but not everything is the same. Here, let me show you. Look out here. You see all these hills that just kind of gravel and sand? That's what you think of. That's what I used to think of when I thought of the desert. But now look at this. We got like, I don't know what it's called, a volcanic ridge. I'll just call it that. I'm sure I'm wrong. You get all sorts of varying topography and sights and even animals. We saw a huge rabbit out here. What does it eat out here? I have no idea. I hardly see any plants, but it was a big boy. Look at this, y'all. It's like it was made right for us. Where do you think we're going? Right down that path right there. Y'all, we found the lost world.
Oh, look at this.
Needless to say, we're not going down at least that part of it. Let me show you why. I mean, we could, but that's a little dangerous, I'd say. And this is why it's beneficial. If you're afraid of heights, just get out there and try it. I mean, start getting used to it, because if you're terrified of heights like I used to be, you couldn't be up here. This is amazing. And it's raining. All right, y'all, we're on the side of the mountain. It's raining, but we got sidetracked, you know, squirrel moment. Look at this. Kyle mentioned this. Here, smell this. See, if you can actually smell this, it smells like a campfire. It almost smells like roasting marshmallows on a campfire.
I love the smell of these bushes. It's like you're walking in the middle of a campfire without the campfire making your clothes stink.
Yeah. Y'all, I don't think I'm a very good vlogger because I seem to be talking to the camera and I don't even hit record. This is just real life. I'm just bringing you what happens. But I'm backtracking a little because I want to show you something. You remember when we were up on that hill and I said, look at that out there. It looks like a whole new world, or whatever I said. Well, this is where I'm at right now. Take a look at this. This, when you're up on the hill, it looks like a bunch of small sand dunes. You can see one here. Let me spin you around. You can see one here and over there. Just a bunch of small sand dunes. And we're in amongst them. It's just really pretty in here. And there have been some ATVs in here, but they're not here today. So this is really nice. I really like this. It's really quiet and it's something different.
All right, y'all, we found another cool little, what is this? Rock maze. Look how neat this is. And Matthew ran off and left me. So let's see if we can find out where he is. Oh, this is so neat. This is really cool. So, do y'all know where we're going?
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
This
We
is
both agree.
This is what happens, y'all, when we try to forge our own trail.
We promise nobody has perished while hiking with us yet.
5.5 miles in. We're not back yet.
All right, y'all. When you forge your own trail, you gotta find your own way back. And that's why I love all trails. And I also love downloading Google offline maps, because now there's Sean and Michelle coming up the ravine. And Kyle is up there. You can see him scouting ahead. We know exactly where we need to go, even though we've never been here before. So I highly recommend having one or two. I always run 2 apps, so we kind of know where we're going, even if we're not on a trail. And that makes it more fun, but it's better to be kind of safe about it.
All right, everybody, this is us forging our own trail. We're just randomly going down the side of a mountain. Look at this terrain we're walking on, and we're going down. How do you feel about it?
I don't like it. It's scary. Because the rocks, you have to really watch where you put your foot.
I know they're loose.
Yeah.
Y'all, look at this. I didn't even know this kind of thing existed. A red thorny cactus. Now look. Oops, sorry about that, folks. All right, now look. The base of it's green. You see, the base of the cactus is green, but it's red. And it's not just short thorns, it's long thorns. And some kind of yellow thing must grow out the top of it, maybe in the spring. There's several of them. Kyle said they're called a barrel cactus. They are really pretty, and they're growing in the most inhospitable environment. Look at this.
right, y'all, we got done with the hike.
All right, what would you say about this hike before I give them the stats?
I enjoyed the hike. I like kind of forging our own trail. I mean, I like doing regular hikes too, but it's kind of neat to just get out there and explore, and it had some really neat aspects of this trail that we did.
Yeah, we didn't expect it to have such varying terrain and just things to look at. It was really pretty, and I'm glad we did it. It was a long one. This one was 10 and a half miles, which ties us for our record long hike. Elevation gain, that is the cumulative total of how much up we had. We're looking at 797 feet. Calories, 2,620 calories, which means we get what?
A good meal at the Cracker Barrel.
Darn right.
We are finally in Cracker Barrel territory again. But before we leave, y'all, about the trail, what did we name the trail?
The Wandering Shores and Broken Dreams Reborn Rocky Campfire Trail.
Because it smells like a campfire most of the trail.
Because of those bushes.
Yeah. So follow us on all trails and see if y'all want to do any of these crazy trails that we do.
All right, y'all. Some people are really creative out here. They even have a mailbox. That's pretty funny. They got a nice setup here, though, but didn't expect to see the U.S. mailbox.